Hello and welcome again. If you've seen us before, you are a trooper, you are a real one. It is Biba T and
All shades of Chantel. Hey guys.
hi guys. We are here today to bring you this amazing review for Momiwa. This
Yeah,
movie.
Momiwa.
When was this movie made? Do you know?
Last year, it was
Oh,
put on Amazon Prime. I think last year. Yeah.
Amazon Prime last year. So it's available
Yeah.
on Amazon Prime and where else?
YouTube now.
YouTube.
It
Yeah,
was
that's
put on YouTube. I think last month. So YouTube.
oh perfect.
Yes.
So I watched it on YouTube and yeah. So we're going to give you, as always, our first impressions and then we're going to rate the movie on a scale of 1 to 10. And as always, timestamps are in the description box. So make sure you check that out as well. Okay, so let's start. First impressions. What do you think?
Well, I loved it. I loved it. I when I watched the movie, like I said, it just shows me that people can be kind in our
Mm,
world without wanting anything in return. Like
yeah,
people, yeah, like community. It showed the power of community. You know,
right.
yes. So that was something that really stood out to me.
Community is very important
Very
and
key.
it just showed that sometimes it's not always about money.
Mhm.
And people are just like you said, they're kind. I like that as well. But for
Yeah.
me also, my first impression of the movie was that it was kind of slow at first and
Hmm.
I didn't know what I was watching. This movie was suggested by my dear friend Chantel, and she we have to do this about this. Yes, I was like, okay, let's see. And it was a very slow burn. You have to give it a chance because the movie will surprise you at the end of the day. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm glad I stuck it out to the end. It was a really, really good movie.
Yes.
So let's start with the first scene. Our first scene. Let's talk about who is in the movie.
Yes, just like who's in the movie and what the movie is about. Like just a total summary of what the movie is really about. Just a little
Right.
bit of what the movie is about. Yeah. So in this movie, you're going to be seeing some really familiar faces. In my one on our list is our Odogbo Parara. You're going to be seeing Uzo Arukwe. You're
Yes.
going to be seeing Mrs. Blessing Nze. Really amazing actor. I love that woman. I love her. She's just amazing. You're going to be seeing Mrs.
Yep.
Iyabo Ojo. You're going to be seeing Lillian Afegbai briefly. You're going to be seeing what other very familiar faces in that movie?
For me, Lillian really did stand out the most. I don't really, and Uzo. Those were the only two for me.
Yes, yes. So those faces are the ones that I know that really stood out. But you see some other faces that you know. There's someone that I know, but his name right now is not really in my head. But he played the security guard. He's kind of a familiar face for me. I've seen him in different, I think, skits.
Oh, MC
Yeah.
Lively. Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes, yes,
You're going
yes.
to see MC Lively. Good. You're going to see MC Lively also in this movie. So it's a really good, feeling, jolly good movie. Like you feel really good when you watch it. But really, all this movie is about, in just little bits, is about a single father with two kids, and having to juggle his career, his kids, having help, and and also having to have his his ex-wife now come back into his life, and how he navigates those emotions and all that. So it's a lot of things, but we'll get into it as we go
Okay,
along in our review.
so let's start with the first scene. The first scene to me was chaotic. And it just started with a very disheveled looking man running
Running through the streets of Lagos, I guess, or Ibadan. Was it Ibadan? I think.
wherever he was.
I think it was Ibadan.
Big race. And he was
Yeah,
just tearing through.
I know.
What is happening? And we cut to where he's now like gone from block to block and he's arriving at the front door and you see a lot of people outside the front door just banging
Mm,
the door. Then you hear a baby like crying bloody murder. This baby
yes,
is unconsolable, like he's very distraught.
yeah,
And cut to they break into the room. He breaks into the house, um, barges through the front door, and then he scoops up the baby in his arm just to console the baby. And you could see like the little girl was sitting beside the baby, and she was trying to console her little brother. So from what I could gather, they were siblings and they were left unattended. And I was
Yeah.
like, what is going on? This is actually really crazy. Then we cut to the first scene. And what happened in that first scene, after the chaotic scene, we get to now is past, like years have passed. And we see, I think it's Blessing in there.
Yes, blessing. She's just singing, dancing, cleaning the house,
She was serious, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so I see that first scene where he's where they're screaming and everything, and I'm thinking in my head that maybe someone died, but no one. But I mean, obviously, no one died.
Right.
Yes, no one died or anything. I think it's not that scene. I think it's in.
Wait, let me go
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
story.
So I'm just in my head. I'm just like, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? But then we get to the scene now with Blessing, and she's dancing and cleaning and sweeping the house. So in my head now, I'm like, okay, I don't know what to think. I don't know. I don't have any. I don't know what to think, guys. Nothing to say. I just see her clean, and the way she's dressed, she's dressed like the mother of the house, like a
Mommy
woman
of
that owns the home. It's
the
not like a maid or a housekeeper, nothing like that. Yeah. So that's the next thing. Yeah. So people, you can go on.
So from that scene now, she's talking to the man of the house, which is the man who was actually running in the movie. I almost didn't recognize him, if not that I know my Uzo,
Yeah.
Parara, you know. If I know him, I would
Yeah.
not have guessed that that was the same person because now this person is clean cut, looks better, money
Rich.
is good.
Yes.
Money is now in the system and he's cleaned up. I was like, oh wow, that's a drastic change. I like when they do those kind of things in movies. It really does help tell the story better. So now
Yes.
he's talking to her, and I think he's calling her my wife, right? Oh no, he's calling
No, he called her Momiwa.
her hair. So
He
he's
called her
calling
Momiwa, and she calls him Daddy Wa.
Daddy Wa exactly. So
Yes.
now, Mommy Wa and Daddy Wa they're talking, and he's giving her money to settle the people in the house. Like he's
Yes.
pay everybody's salary, and that's exactly what she does in the next scene. So she pays the Migad, which is how would I put it, the security. Uh,
Yes.
she pays the security, and then she pays
The house girl, the maid.
the house
Yes.
help is the last person that she.
Yes.
So she calls the house up and tells her to sit down, and then she gives her the money and asks her what was going on. The house help then tells her that she is actually late for a reason because she was asking her why she's late, and she said that because she's pregnant. So the house help, she's looking at her and said, I already knew. So how did you know, mommy? Wa? Because I've seen how you've been walking around here and everything. So I kind of guessed that that's what it was. And it turns out I'm right. So she tells her, like, oh, who is the father? And she explains to her that it is the teacher that she's been seeing. I guess they've been seen together, so they kind of assume
Yeah,
that
you
that's
know how they play now. Just like, yeah, yeah.
stop it. Ah, I
Like
don't
it, I
like
like it. Oh my god.
if you're just coming in, don't be watching our content for free. Oh. Make sure you like and
Please
subscribe.
like and subscribe. Please like and
Thank you.
subscribe. Thank you guys.
Polite manners. Thank you. And
Yeah.
then she now cuts to the scene where she said, don't worry, I'll handle it, is what she's telling the house help. So the
Yeah.
house help now collects her check and she leaves. And then we see the next scene, which is
Now we see her driving into school, into a kid's school. My whole mind is like, okay, she wants to go and pick up her kids from school clothes. Next thing I know, she comes down from the car. She walks to where the
straight.
straight to where the teacher is, and I could tell that was the teacher because obviously,
Yeah.
they had mentioned it before. So when she walks to him, the man sees her, greets her, and everything, and she just starts talking to him sarcastically, like kind of like, "What are your plans for, the baby?" And he's
Eh,
looking at her like, what are you talking about? And he's standing beside a female teacher, which you can tell he's been trying to, step up to,
you
you know?
know,
Yes. So Mommy Why is talking to him and she's like, okay, so what are your and she's laughing through it all. She's not
right.
no
natural, just gisting. I was
No
like,
angry bone on her face. She's all smiles. You know? And she's like, so then when she sees, so he has this shocked look on his face. So when she sees that, she then recognizes that he has that lady beside him. So
right,
so she's like, oh, so two of you planned to
yeah,
have that small girl abort a child. The girl was
right,
like, no, I didn't do anything. The way she raised her hands up, like, don't count me, don't bring me into this problem. I have no business here. Just let
yeah.
me be. That cracked me up.
It
But
was
from what we could see in the scene, obviously, was that he was going to step up to what he has done because he didn't want to lose his job, number one. Number two was that he didn't want her embarrassing him like that because that would, if that had gone round, that would be a bad look for him being a lesson teacher, a home lesson teacher. You
what
understand? Yes.
they
Yeah,
would
exactly. So he didn't even want all that out there. So was telling her to please like bring down your voice, and all that kind of stuff. So that was what happened in that scene.
it was
So
so funny because when they cut to the next scene, it was totally opposite. Now, the,
yes,
we've seen the dynamic of the household in the family, right?
and
She
we've
can
seen who she is too,
see who
how caring and nurturing she is as a person because she didn't have to do that, you
has
know.
to,
Yeah.
exactly for her to take that on says a lot about her character.
Yes.
And I think the next scene was when we see Lily Affair and Uzo.
Yeah, the next thing now we see is Blessing is back home.
Mm,
She's in her room or in the room that we thought was her room. She's arranging the pillow. She's spraying the pillowcase with perfume. There's rose petals on the bed. The lights are so dim. It's cozy. It's looking like a good romantic, date room. Everything just looks so really cute and romantic. So I'm here in my mind thinking that okay, this lady has some plans. So
Wah.
yeah, that is why. So tell me why. Next thing we see is Lillian and um Uzo, that's Dadiwa, coming into the house.
Mhm,
And see what
mhm.
has me shocked is because she greets Dadiwa, takes his bag, greets the lady beside him. In my head, I'm still thinking, oh, that's his secretary. Maybe she followed her boss home. No.
Which kind of secretarial work is this?
No. They sit down, they have the meal and everything, and we see them in the bedroom, right? The
Mhm,
next morning.
mhm.
And that was
Oh,
when it
that's
hit me.
where, yeah, that's where I clocked in because I
That's
think,
what yes, that's what it hit me that
wait,
okay.
wait, what's going on?
But look at me, innocent me. I'm still making excuses. I'm still like, maybe it's an open marriage and they have an understanding, right?
Kind of understand. Let's touch
See,
on
it's
that for
Nigeria.
a
See, it's the world now. The world is changing. You can think of any scenario.
while. Okay, let's touch on that for a while, right?
Okay.
I were to be in an open marriage. It's not me that will arrange the bed for them.
Well, well.
It's not me that will arrange the bed for you to go and,
Mommy,
with my
no,
husband. What?
you wouldn't even bring that heifer to my house to start with. Let's start from there. Well,
Whatever you do,
open your
it has to
marriage
be
outside, not
together.
inside your house.
Don't bring it here. This is
Not
mine.
bringing here.
You
Mm-mm.
know. So I didn't. I can understand where Lily Affair was upset about it because the next morning she was making it known to him that she doesn't like it. She feels like at some point this woman will come and slap her. I think
It's
those
not
were
even that. I don't know why Uzo never even told Lillian that Momiwa was not his wife. Because the way, yes, I don't think he did because the way she was talking, she was saying it like, why will you bring me to your house with your wife? But he was trying to tell her that the way he was explaining it, kind of like they had an
an,
understanding.
ar- an arrangement around here.
Yes. So that was even what made her like very, off. She was like, I don't feel okay that even if you and your wife have an understanding, I personally do not feel okay coming in between this. in your own house, and
Yeah.
having your wife serve us, like cook food and give us to eat.
Mm,
So that was, I really liked that she took that stance, even when that was not really the whole scenario, but she wasn't aware. But I like that she was not going to be okay with doing that. So,
yeah.
so women will be like, you don't care, I don't care. Let's do it.
That's
So that was
mess.
off. That's really off.
So she left. After that,
She
she
left.
left, and she was like, "Don't." She said, "Lose my." Oh, that's my line,
I
baby.
know,
She
lose my
said,
number.
"Lose my number." I love. Oh, I love that line. She said, "Lose my number. Don't contact me again. This is strange." And then
Yeah.
she. So we now move forward, and we see. God, my memory is so shorty. I literally was
It's
just.
we'll talk about the key points, so that we don't,
Oh,
we don't
okay.
forget.
I know.
Yeah.
I remember at some point now the somebody showed up at the gate, and then she started begging mommy. Wow.
Yes.
And that's this lady right here. I think
Yes. The
Yabo,
one with
right?
the yellow sitting down. That's
Yeah,
Iyabo Ojo.
Yabo Ojo. Now she showed up, and
Yeah.
she doesn't. She wants reconciliation of some kind. We
Yes.
don't even know at this point who Iyabo is until she makes it known and she explains that. See, Uzo is my husband or my
Yes.
ex-husband.
Blessing's reaction cracked me up. The way she banged the gate, Amara Jesus, Amara Jesus. I was like, why are you screaming like that? I was like, and after all the whole shouting, she said, I don't have to come into the house. I'm like, okay, so what's the point of you shouting?
What's
Like,
the point? What's the point?
it
And
makes any
Blessing just
sense.
the woman kept coming around and coming around more and more. Look at her.
Yes,
First day, just showing up. She kept coming around, like pushing the door just a little bit more, just a little bit more. And I want us to like realize that this is how narcissistic individuals act. They
not.
just
Oh my
they
gosh.
try and they try. This is male and female. I don't.
Yes,
I'm not gender
no
biased,
gender neutral right now.
gender neutral. This is how narcissistic individuals do. They see who they can get away with what. And she just kept trying and trying. She will show up one day, she will show up the next day. She was working her way into the system until she finally worked her way into the house. She
Yes,
got Momiwa to speak on her behalf because apparently Momiwa, being the human being that she is, was so empathetic to her and her situation, which I don't know why you didn't know the
I
full.
have no idea why. I think but that's the thing. That's the thing with people that have a giving nature. Sometimes they struggle with knowing when to stop and when to put a boundary. Because in the beginning of this movie, where we saw Uzo, there was a note that she had left about
Okay,
people.
yes, yes, yes,
Now,
yes.
mommy, while you're coming into this man's life, you have no idea about his past. Like
No,
all you know is that his wife left him, right?
that's
You
it.
don't know the trauma that he had to deal with. And then his wife suddenly pops up, and it will take him some time
To
to
adjust.
accept and to adjust to that.
Yeah.
But she was such a force in his life that even, and the woman knew, she knew that she could tell that this woman had a hold on her husband.
Hold on her
That
husband.
she had his ear.
Yeah.
So she just perched on him, on her, sorry. She perched on Momiwa and got her to talk to the husband, which obviously she did. And the
Because now
man was not happy. He
out.
he, he,
He
he
was
was
very upset. Anytime you see her, it's like he has just seen bile.
yes,
Like he had just seen the scum underneath his
on
shoe.
earth, his whole body was paining him.
You could just tell like this man was irritated by her presence. And
Yes,
she finally manages to convince Momiwa to have him talk to her children as well, because now she's coming around the kids. The kids are seeing her more often. The younger one is now calling her mommy. So just like, it still hadn't clocked for me, even though
yes,
that scene with Lily Affair when they were in the bedroom happened. I was like, okay, so they all know that this is not the real mother because the whole time, the way she mothered them and everything, poured
yes.
affections into the children, boosted the children's self esteem up. I think the daughter had a 16-year-old graduation ceremony
Like a prom stuff.
from,
Yes.
yeah, and she was literally assisting this girl to
To
step
pick
into
out
womanhood.
outfits. Yes,
Exactly, to pick which outfit would be appropriate for her age and things like that. But she just kept being that mother that I didn't even know that that wasn't the real mom until this one showed up.
Yes.
And this woman, sorry, excuse for a mother,
Yeah.
she was just hanging on, clawing on to her so that she could get what she wanted. Another narcissistic trait. And as first daughters, we have to realize that we have to know that that is something that being a servant, a willing servant, can actually make you a target.
Hmm.
If
That's a
you
word
are
right there.
not careful, right? If you are
Yeah.
not careful, they will use you. Shine
Yes.
your eye.
And this thing you said happens a lot to first daughters because we are so giving. We
Mm,
have the motherly nature which Momiwa exhibited. We have that caring nature. We want to protect. You could see it from how she took care of the kids that were not hers, took care of
right.
the security, took care of the house help, went to fight battle that is not her battle. She
No,
went to go
that's
and
not
fight.
helpful.
You
Like that's what
know,
I'm saying. She didn't know
this
anything.
woman, this ex-wife comes in, you want to save her and bring that Iwa and her back together. You have no idea what happened. We can fall prey to these things so easily. So easily.
Hmm.
I put those extra clips because I saw how, like you said, Biba, how she was so close to her, hugging her. Oh, thank you, thank you,
Oh, I
thank
just
you.
love
Oh,
you.
you are amazing. Oh, what
Oh,
would I have done without you?
mm, little
But
did we
once she just got what she wanted,
things
or
started to
let's
change.
let's start let's start from where her whole nature switched.
Now
Okay,
she said
okay,
this because she's asking mommy how she can get into his good graces because
yes.
yeah, now look at she's seducing him.
So
She
you
said
see, and you know when I knew this woman was not okay. You know I knew it was not okay. Is how can you break someone's heart, hurt somebody, and they let you come back into their lives, and the first thing you're trying to do is seduce them to sleep with
seduce
you.
them to sleep
That
with them.
gave me that was all the red flag I needed to see. And that was when I knew that she was not in here for
For
the
the
right
right
reasons.
reasons. Yeah.
You know?
If truly you wanted back into the lives and the lives of the children, you'll be trying to you focus on the kids.
Yes.
Daddy what too, yeah, but your priority will be the
Be
children. And
your children. She
yeah,
all the while she was there in the house, she never even that the one mentioned it later. She said, you came here to this house. I've never seen you talk with your daughter, your son, learn what's happening in their lives. It's always me. You want to all your energy is on how to get me. That's all your energy.
and we'll figure out why in a bit because after she's now worked her way into his good graces, courtesy of Momiwa and her oversabi, um, she
Yeah,
wanted to start talking to the daughter too.
yes,
So she was like, "Talk to Vida for me," because now she's gotten the boys over.
yes.
That's why
But
and
girls now, we don't play. We know how to read intuition. We know who is
hmm,
really there for bad. And the girl could tell that her mom was not a good. I mean, you left me
tell she
as
could
a
just
child. Come
yeah
on,
as a child, and you
that the
older
boy
child,
was still small. He didn't really know what's happening. She's the
yeah,
one that felt the trauma more because she was already of age when she
yes.
left. You know. Mm.
So it turns out now Daddy Y is telling the story of how she left. Right? Am I on track? Or am I
Yes, so that they were no. Her that they were she lies to that they were as usual. I'm talking about Iyabojo. Lies to that they were and gives him a cock and bull story of why she had to leave. So finally he somewhat forgives her and they kiss and make up and all that stuff. But
what is the cock and bull story? I think this is important to note. What is the cock and bull story?
I can't recall it exactly.
That
I don't want to mess it up, but I think it was something with her having to.
she
I mean,
had
like
postpartum.
you said what?
That she had postpartum depression.
I think that was it.
And that
Yeah,
was the reason why she
she
left.
left. Something
When she said
stupid. Something stupid.
when she said it, I said, "Isn't that convenient?"
Even those that have postpartum in real life, they don't go away. They just stay in that house and not touch the child.
Exactly.
But they don't leave their child.
So now Daddy why not knowing this, now being the compassionate man, and I think that's what she pulled at his heartstrings. I want you guys
Yeah.
to know the traits of a narc. She
Yes.
tugged at his heartstrings. She
Yes.
said I had postpartum depression and I didn't want to touch the kids. And then this is what happened. And he said, but why didn't you tell me?
You tell
All this
me.
time I could have helped you. I could have did
Yes.
that, you know. And she was like, I didn't know how to voice it. I didn't know. He said, I thought you left me. I ran away with the doctor, this doctor here. I looked at the doctor. I said, Jesus, this is the man you're running away with? Wow.
We're coming down.
Wow, okay. She said, I
You
told you
know,
that. No, no. I was just going through it. I was depressed. I didn't know what to say. He said,
that woman can lie, so I give it to her.
I
Give
give it
it
to
to her.
her. Premium.
Some
Anyway,
people are good. Some people are good at lies. Some people have degree.
the green
Just
line.
flows from their inside and just flows
They
out.
started from childhood.
From that food. Yes.
She was like, okay, well, I forgave you. I understand now. I
Yes.
did. Oh, I did. They embraced. That's how she won herself back in. So
Yeah.
now they are now, they've now established some kind of ground. She's like,
Yes.
so
She
she
now
got
moves into his room.
the room.
She moves into the room with her
This
bag.
was the telltale sign. This was the telltale sign that she don't arrive,
Yes. And that
madam.
was where everything
Where everything
changed. Everything, it was like a 360.
it
She just
was
did
so
boom.
360. See this
She
humble
now started to show
of
Momiwa Shege. You
premium.
know, we'll talk to
Premium
her.
shake.
We'll talk to her rudely. Would know. We'll tell even when she the thing that Momiwa would normally take control of, like the house budget, who to give
Yeah.
money to. She would like, I'm the one that I'm the one of the house. It's my job to do that. That kind of, just being petty for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
But where it opened Momiwa's eyes, like it dawned on her, was now the scene. I don't know if you had the scene there
Let me see.
where they were in the living room. Mommy was in the dining eating.
Oh
Yes,
no, it's
and
not here. It's not
I
here.
think I only took. There's a picture of Mommy in the dining. There should
Oh,
be.
I didn't put it up. I don't think so.
Okay, and Momiwa was there eating on her own, minding her business. This woman comes and she's on her, guys, like telling her, oh, that what are you doing in my house? Like, you have to leave. You're invading our privacy. I need time to bond with my husband and my
My
children.
husband.
Someone was like, I'm not stopping you from bonding with your children or your husband. I've been here for years. These kids take me as their mom. You need
Why?
some time to, get to know them, get to bond with them. Then I will leave if I have to leave. But you can't just come today and tell me to leave, you know? And this woman goes on a rant. I was, telling her, I'll deal with you, I'll do this to you. I mean, what to cut off? Or like, who do you think you are? I don't know, like, really defended herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was ordinary threat too. If it's
Ha!
ordinary, I will deal with you. I will deal with you. I will say, you will see, you will see. And that's ordinary. You will see. Next thing I see is boys, police. I won't call them police because they didn't have police uniform, but they had like I will call it, okay. Let me say a vigilante uniform. They wear
Mm,
a different kind of outfit. They are still security services, but it's not police.
oh,
Next thing we see is them bundling Momiwa out of the house into their van. Like, Jesus, what's happening here?
what?
Small play, you're playing. You went to go, you went to go, you went to go bring God. What? I was like, okay, I will still be here. I will watch you. My brethren, my brethren. So next thing we see Uzo, because like if okay, it's true, we missed to point out that Uzo had gone on a trip when she switched and started treating Momiwa really badly.
Right.
So her
Especially,
whole plan, sorry,
especially that kitchen scene. The
yes,
dining scene.
dining scene. Her whole plan, for what we could tell, was that she was trying to get her out of the house before Uzo returns. which she ended up doing, but not in the way I think she had planned. Her plan was to ask her to leave kindly, but obviously she didn't want to just leave like that, So she now had to involve the whole security services and all that. So the next thing we see is Uzo is coming back from his trip, and obviously he comes in, everybody greets him, everything, and then he's like, it's like, where's Momiwa? Because that's very strange. Knowing Momiwa originally, she would have been the first at the door to greet him, taking his bag, cooked meals for him, whatever. But he didn't get that. So he was surprised. That was now when he started asking for her, and I'll let you go on from there. Biba.
So he started asking for her, and then she explained to him that she left. He said she left and went where back to her
That she
family.
had an emergency.
An emergency that she had to, yeah, that's right. That she had to run back to her family, and he was confused, like, what
It's like,
family?
which family?
And she was like,
Yeah.
"Ah, you don't know her family." Turns out he didn't know her family, but he's known
Oh
her.
my, that hurt me differently.
Like,
I was like, how is a woman that takes care of your own children? You don't know her family?
I was confused. I said, "This,
Ah,
this can be."
I said,
So,
no.
she wanted her to disappear, but Daddy Wa was confused by the whole thing. She's like, "This is very unusual of her. Usually,
Yes.
not. She would at least let me know. Are you sure that this is the reason?" Yes, she
He
just
kept
left.
asking, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?
Mhm. And then
Because
after which they involved the police. And I remember this scene so distinctly. Was the kids now, they are distraught that mommy why is no longer around.
yes.
And I think the junior boy is crying, and then he's like, "Oh, I want to eat, I'm hungry." She was like, "Ah, can you do pizza? Let's do takeout." Said, "These children are hungry, go in the
Go
kitchen."
and cook food for them.
"I cannot cook, let's do takeout, we'll do takeout." And the house was not the same because
Was messy, not the same at
nothing,
all.
no food, like no home cooked meals, no
Yes.
tidiness, even as far as helping Vida, because Vida at one point, Vida is the daughter. Vida at one point came and discovered that she doesn't have enough sanitary tampons and I mean pads.
That was the one that, oh my God.
So
The way she spoke to that girl,
I was so sad.
it's like, why would don't you know when you this is
She screamed, and then she came and she was like, "What happened?" And she's like, I didn't realize that I didn't have, you're 16 now. You don't keep track of these things." And she was like, "What? So you didn't realize that you didn't have?" She spoke to her in such a degrading manner. I was like, "Is this actually your daughter? Because if it's your daughter, it's giving you hater look you." The woman was just so vile.
very so
And Daddy Bob
bad.
had to come in and he was like, "What's going on?" She was like, "I didn't know that I didn't have pads." She's like, "Is that why you're shouting at her? Is that why you're shouting at her?" And she was like, "How would she know that you guys just that mommy why usually kept track of this?" He said, "You guys just let that woman just run everything in this house." And Daddy Wa was quite upset. He had to be the one to go out and get the
But
sanitary
you see
pads.
how God works in mysterious ways?
See?
Continue. I'm going to continue.
No, you
Okay.
finished that part.
Okay. You see
I
how
want
God works in mysterious ways? Because now Daddy goes to this pharmacy to buy pads for his daughter, and he gets the pads, everything is, wants to pay. And guess who the pharmacist is? Yes, dear man right here.
our doctor.
Our doctor, it turns out that they had known previously, back when he was, in the ghetto, he was still struggling and trying to build his life. So he's excited to see the man after a long time. He's like, oh, wow, nice to meet you. But the man is like, why are you so excited? Why are you happy? Like, why
Mhm.
you have this look on your face? So he's shocked. He's like, what's going on here? So apparently, this man ran away with his daughter. I'll let you continue. Continue. I'll be right back.
So yeah, he ran away with his wife actually, and he was stating that he was looking for his wife. He didn't know that he didn't know that at the time they were no longer together. So we have the wife now. He's looking for his wife. He didn't even know that Daddy White did not know that they were married. So initially, he was now explaining to her that she had left him in, let's say, Onisha. She had left him in Onisha and came back to Lagos to find Daddy Wa
I'm
because,
back.
okay, no worries. So I was
Okay.
just telling them that he was explaining to him how him and the wife came to be.
Okay.
That's Daddy Wa's ex-wife. Oh,
Yes.
apparently now they share a wife. Hey, I was shouting. I said, you can't make this thing up.
I
You can't
scrumped.
make this up. So he was like, this woman left me. She's a gold digger. And he's like, what do you mean, my wife? I say, yes. That she's your wife now. So she's back with you. And then he's like, that she left him months ago, about 6 months ago, which is around the time in which she turned
She
up on.
came back. That man is such a leech,
I say,
man.
God, what kind of behavior? It's so,
So,
ugh.
oh, like anywhere you can get from, you just want to attach yourself there.
Like, for real. She's really a leech. You're right. So she now went and said, she's now with Daddy Wa them in Lagos. And mind you, she's kicked Mommy Wa away. Oh. They don't even know where Mommy Wa is.
Yes.
Then he's telling him that now they're together. That's why she left because he lost his money. He's no longer as rich as he used to be. So
She
now
drained him. She drained everything in him and
drained
left him.
him and left him. And now she's with this guy now. And he's just like, what? So everything
She has
that
been
I
told was a lie.
suspected was a lie. Because remember when she told him that it was postpartum that made her leave?
Yes.
And she was just a young 20-something-year-old that didn't know what to do with two children. She was depressed carrying the baby. She put the baby down. This, that. Lies. All lies. It was all a lie.
Lie. Lie. She needs degree in
She
biology. Yeah.
so fast forward to now, he goes back home, he's upset, and he's confronts her. It's like, you lied to me. I asked you. I asked you what happened with the doctor, and what did you tell me? You told me that you guys were not an item. And I met him in the pharmacy, and he's telling me something entirely different. Eh, what did she even say after that? Sef?
She was not even remorseful. That's
What?
where that's the thing, that hurt me. She was not remorseful. But where hell now broke loose was where she now went to go and miss Yan. And now
Yeah.
let's go of the fact
Sorry.
that
Let's talk about the fact that you just said Miss Yan. It's been so long. It's been so long.
you heard that word, right? Miss Yan.
It's been a while. Okay.
Yeah.
Yan.
Yeah, she really miss Yan. Like she was trying to defend herself and now let go of the fact that she had, been a party to how Mommy Wa left the house.
Right.
So he was like, hold up.
Wait,
Let's reverse it. Again. What did you just say?
say,
That's
oh, okay. You know what provoked it? She was provoked because he said, and mommy why is a better mother than you will ever be. Then she said,
B, yes.
she's a better mother than me. She's a better. That's why she's in prison now. He said, what?
Yes.
What you say? She's in prison. Where is mommy? Wa? He starts asking her questions. Go ahead.
Yeah. So he now starts asking her. At a point, she just, started confessing what she did. The guy bundled her. Look at her. When she did that, he now that's why he now sits down and now kind of replays back what happened after she had left them. So
Mm,
now we see him because obviously he was job hunting where she left. They were really poor. He could barely feed his kids. Single father having to take his kids to a what's it called? What do they call it? Where they build the building sites.
mm-hmm,
So one day he's doing his work and the kids are crying. Remember, he has a bigger girl, let me say about 7 old, and a small baby. So Momiwa is passing by and she sees this child crying so loudly. So this woman, you don't know the child from anywhere. Momiwa will carry her two leg, went there,
Mommy
say,
Wa likes to put herself
eh,
in trouble.
Yeah, who is the father of the child? They told her. She said, oh, yeah, tell him that I've carried the baby. He should come and meet me in my house later. Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Only in Nigeria. Oh.
Only in Nigeria.
Guys, this does not happen anywhere
Yes,
else.
happen anywhere else. Honestly.
Only in
Only in
Nigeria.
Nigeria. But this woman carried that child. Next thing you know is when he came back, when he came to her house to pick up his kids, she let him know that she's seeing what he's going through, that she will be taking care of the kids. All he has to do is just drop them off at at her store or at her shop, and she will take care of them. So I just loved how much she embodied that role, just took over the kids, everything. So now the guy's full focus was now on working. He didn't have to worry anymore about how
Our
to raise the
children.
kids. Do you
Let's
get?
stop
Yeah.
there.
I'll let you go on from there.
Let's put a pin in that what you just stated.
Okay.
That now he did not have to focus as much as taking care of the kids. And that's very crucial. This is why I always say that stay-at-home moms are golden, because now the kids, the nurture part is taken care of. You have to have a balance between the two, right? This is what I mean by saying that. Like, you have to have a balance between the two. When
Yes.
one can focus on one thing and another person can focus on another thing, you are able to rise a lot faster together.
Yes.
Everybody knows their strengths. Momiwa knew her strength was nurturing.
She did.
Daddy was strength was job hunting, making the money, making the bread.
Money,
To the
yes.
point that he didn't even have to think about how the kids were doing. His main focus was his work. So now he was able to even acquire a better job,
Job.
and a better job in another city, in which he invited her later. Like, he came and told her that I've gotten a better job, oh, but it's in, let's say it's in Lagos,
In
right?
Lagos, yes.
But we'll have to go to Lagos. And can you come with me and the kids? That's how they started living
And,
together.
and,
That's,
she, and she didn't want to leave at first.
she didn't want to leave
When he told her he was going to open a store for her. But
her.
long
Yeah,
story short, we could see that she didn't even have any store per se anymore. Like her full job was just that those children.
care of taking care of the kids and making sure everything in the household was taken care of.
Yes.
Let's not trivialize the importance of stay
Of
at
a
home.
woman.
Of
Please.
a woman, she gotta know she's a woman, because look at his ex-wife. Look at
Of a
her.
good woman. Of a good woman.
Yes, and if that good woman is a stay-at-home mother,
Perfect. And also, guys, and that's why we also have to give it up for stay-at-home wives. Many times, me, I want to apologize to every stay-at-home mother.
yeah,
It's just, I was only a child. I was only a child because when I was growing up, I used to always think that stay-at-home moms. My own mom for the longest was a stay-at-home mom, and I only got to see the part of her just relaxing, most times. But I didn't get to see the part of her doing the work,
and running around the
because
school.
we are children. Many times we don't even get to see these things. But let's be real, stay-at-home moms do so much.
So much.
Have you ever been in a house with a child for 12 hours? Have you tried it before?
I have.
Have you tried it before?
Mad.
Even men that want to act like that, oh, what's she doing? She's only at home, she's watching TV. Oh, yeah, do it for one day and tell me if that TV that you think she's watching, you
I
can
don't,
watch it.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I don't know if you saw that post running around of the man who left. He wanted to divorce his wife with 5 children and leave her alone in the UK, so that he would be sending money for her. And she said, "Okay, no one, no problem." She said that she didn't even beg him, nothing. That the next day she packed her bags and she went to Nigeria and took all the children's passports. So now he was forced to stay at home with the children, all 5 of them.
Oh
And
my
this man
God.
was losing it, like he was
Yes,
spiraling. Because now when you are some men order children like is
yes.
doctors.
I want to have five
I
children.
want
I want to have 10 children. But when
you
it comes to raising them, you say it's the woman's job.
he's the woman, and that's exactly what he said in his letter to Joro. He said, "Dear Joro, keep me anonymous."
Me anonymous. Once they say that you know they're about to give you some long BS. What they say? Once they say that thing, just know it's over. Just know it's over.
He said, "Keep me anonymous." He said that now he's fighting for his marriage. Oh, that now he
Oh,
misses
so that he
his
wants to fight for his marriage.
wife. Eh, what? But now it's like he told the wife told the kids to frustrate him. That he's now doing school runs, he's taking care of them, he's staying up at night. That his sister even had to come in and help him. If I find the article, I'll send it to you. It was so hilarious when I read the
My
whole thing. He
children.
was even annoyed that she had dyed her hair gold before she left. Me say, Auntie one run
I
straight.
did one, like her eyes open, eyes.
So this is what we're saying. Like, appreciate the women, the good
Appreciate the
women.
women. Like even and you know what about women? Women are not good women. I won't say all women. Good women are very I don't want to use the word cheap to impress, but I want to use that we are not so. It's like you don't have to do so much to
Don't take
impress a
over.
good woman. You understand? All a good woman wants to see is that you see her, you see the efforts she's putting in. That's all she wants.
Guys, put a clap emoji in this chat. Okay, put a clap emoji for that right there.
You
Yeah,
understand? Something
that's
as little
fun.
as saying thank you after
Yeah,
she gives you a meal, or saying, "Oh, I see what you do for the children. I see how you take care of the children. I see how you're raising them." That's enough. That will make her heart smile. Like she will be so happy the whole day. And same thing for men too. Like women, when you see your man, the man is providing. Tell him like, I see all you're doing. I see how hard you work every day. You have to go out and hustle, and those long hours at work, and you come back. I appreciate what you're doing. Simple, chikina. Like we need to see family upbringing as a team effort.
as a team.
There's nobody doing more than the other. It's
Yeah,
we're only helping or covering our, weaknesses
ourselves.
with our strengths. That's it.
I agree with that,
That's
and
it.
that's why mommy and daddy were
We're
truly
such a perfect match.
had a perfect marriage. Not
Yes.
in like the literal "I love you," you're my wife now.
Yes.
A marriage is two different people coming together to make a team. Do you
Yes.
understand?
And he respected her. He
He respected
respected her
a
so much.
lot, a lot.
Yes.
So fast forward, I've even forgotten where we are in the story, but let's
Yes.
wrap it up
We're gonna wrap
because
it up because we have to do other things in the next 10 minutes. So let's wrap it up, guys. We can stay here for so long. But 10 minutes is all we have left, guys.
so
So
Daddy I don't know how Momiwa got out of jail, but she was able to send Vida a gift
yes,
for her graduation party.
yes.
And they tried everything to find Momiwa. They couldn't
He
find.
couldn't find. He even went to the shop where she bought the dress.
Yeah,
He could not find her. Nothing.
he was asking for the address. Okay, the address here. She said no,
Nothing.
that she cannot give that information. No, I think she put the return address as the address of the.
Yes.
They couldn't find out, but sure enough, Momiwa being Momiwa.
Popped up. Popped up. Popped up. Popped up. She looked so good, so different. And
Like
I
Momiwa
love that she
came
showed up
from-
for them. I love she showed up
yes,
for them.
yes, she did. She really did show up for them, and she came looking so beautiful in this
Yes.
dress. And Mommy Wow was just glowing, and she came for Vida's 16th party. 16th, what was it?
Prom it was a prom party.
I don't know why I can't say this thing
It was
properly.
a prom event.
Oh, it was a prom event. Okay,
Yes.
so she
Because if
came for
you,
her
if you
party.
recall at the end there, she even won prom queen in her school.
Omo, to show you how much I was tired.
Yes. I love this scene so much.
I love this scene
This
because
was
the doctor
everything
was
for me.
like, "So why don't you?" She was just like, "So what
Right,
you
let's
guys?"
start from where at first, where at that scene where Vida comes to meet them on the table, and she's like, "Oh, my friends think that you both are married."
Married.
So Vida was like, "Go back to what you're doing." But like, go. So she's now eating her food again, while Uzo is just there looking at her with the sweet eyes, like. So next thing he tells her, why don't we, right? That's what he
Mhm.
says to her, right? Why don't we? Then she's just looking up like shocked. But I was like, of course, like you like this one is. I was like, how couldn't you see this lady right in front of you all this while?
It shocked me. Oh.
You understand? And that's what happens to a lot of men. Like, so you have you have gold staring at you, but you're just it's like your eyes is like this. Like, I could bring your eye
But
down small.
she doesn't come in the shiny package she wants.
You know, but
Because
you
like
have it, you know, you have it right in front of you, but you're not seeing it. And that was what happened to her for to him because he couldn't get. I don't know, for some reason he couldn't marry that she's a housekeeper. She was housekeeper, or how he saw her many years ago. It's who she
is
is now.
yeah.
Her too, self. Every day she will carry Mary Ebaka dress and be boo boo everywhere. Boo boo. And to cover, show the cup, show the cup.
Yo, that's wild.
Yeah, but I'm glad that he opened his eyes. He saw what
Mhm.
was best for his family, what was best for his children. You know, like when that woman was in his life, he had peace of mind. He didn't have to worry about anything.
Not to worry. But you see how that baby demon came in
Just baby,
and just scattered
baby
the whole
diva, seriously, like
house. Like she was
yes,
literally she literally just came for the money.
she
Because he
came for
came back,
money.
she came back and he was asking her, like, so you just came for my money after he was confronting her, and she was like, did I ask you for money? But you didn't say no when I gave
You didn't
you.
say no.
You didn't say
You
no.
kids that you abandoned, you haven't even looked at them all this while that you are here. All the
Right.
time you are here, the kids were not in her mind. All her mind was is just this man and the money and what she can get. And that was why it was not hard for him to believe the doctor because he has seen her traits, you know, coming out again. So
Mm,
it was not hard. You know, some women you'll be like, no, I can't believe that she would do that to me. But
mm.
with the man, no, she could he could not even hide it. He was like, no, I believe
He's
that.
done it once before, you know.
Yes.
He's
Yes.
done it once before, so he's more than likely to believe it. He's more than likely
Exactly.
to believe it. Well, yeah, all in all, hopefully daddy they use their sense to help themselves.
Yes.
I love
I personally think that Uzo and Blessing they make I've seen them in I think one movie before this. I'm not sure of the name anymore. And they're coming up, they're gonna be out in another movie very soon. I think it's called Silver Up or something by Pastor Laju Iren. So they really work well together. They have like good chemistry.
it
I love
too.
seeing them together. Yeah.
Or it just might be Uzo.
Ma'am, no. Oh God, a good actor. And
He's a great
blessing kills it
actor.
every time. I love the her Igbo accent in that movie was just beautiful.
They
And
actually
the way yes, I love it. I love her. I love her.
You
She's
should
good.
watch him in another movie. What other movie is that one that I watched the other day?
Uzo,
Uzo, Jide Ekene,
that's Tribe of Judah.
Tribe of Judah. Yes, I
Yes, or
love him.
Tribe called Judah. I think
Tribe
it's
called
called
Judah.
Judah. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked
Yeah.
that one
Yeah.
too.
Well, guys, it's been good today. We made it. We made it.
That's the sigh
We
of relief.
made it.
But
Yeah.
actually, yes, I do want to appreciate you again for joining the live and staying consistent. We try to come every Friday at 1 p.m. East
Yes, guys.
Central Standard Time. Central Standard Time.
Mm-hmm.
So just make sure you are turning on notification bells. You are turning on all kinds of bells because you want to be notified of when we go live. Don't miss
Yes.
our Fridays recaps. We will be reviewing another movie next, and it's going to be dropped in our community tabs first. Make sure
Yeah.
to like, comment, and subscribe on each channel because you don't want to miss anything.
Yeah.
Anything. This is the year. We are not letting you guys down this year. So
So
if you have any
consistency is the goal this year. And you're gonna see more of us. Now you go tire.
like ask these girls again,
Yeah, so,
come and do something.
yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yes.
But
Well,
yeah, make
it's so
sure
much fun doing this every
it is.
Friday, and hopefully we hope to do it more. We just have different things, different schedules, but also we spoken about Uzo and Blessing and all the cast, but we also want to give it up for the executive producer of this movie, Miss Biodun Steven.
Oh,
She's
okay.
amazing, like babe. She's amazing. Like I don't know if you've seen Bread Seller. I think it's Bread Seller, the one that Bimbo and Timini does did together. Yeah, but she's produced so many movies that are really top notch, and we'll get to review more of her movies on here. But yes,
Okay.
so big up to you also, Miss Bowden Steven,
Shout out.
and yeah. So guys, it's
Thank
been
you
nice.
for
Yeah,
watching.
thank
I
you
will
for
see you
watching.
guys next time.
Yeah, this movie, watch it on Amazon Prime and on YouTube on
Amazon
Biodun Streaming TV on YouTube.
Prime. Okay. So
Yeah.
all the information will be down below, timestamps as well. Catch you in
Yep.
the next